response to danger is fight or flight.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 funniest Cobra Kai training scenes.
Think with your legs.
How do I think with my legs?
Well, you just,
For this list, we're looking at the most hilarious ways that people have learned martial arts during the show. If you haven't seen the first 4 seasons of Cobra Kai, watch out for a few spoilers ahead. What's your favorite funny training montage? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. Johnny takes Miguel's training up a notch.
What does a Cobra do? What does a Cobra do? There's no tapping in karate.
After Miguel fails to take down his tormentors at Halloween, his sensei Johnny Lawrence makes karate training much more intense. We alternate between laughing at and sympathizing with the young student as he takes some hard hits. And since Johnny brought a baseball firing machine into the dojo, the student always has to be on his guard. This montage does a great job of showing Miguel's progression through his rigorous training. It also ends on a hilarious note by having Johnny cheat after Miguel gets ahead.
Oh! What the hell? That wasn't fair.
You want a fair fight? Dream on.
While the training may have been brutal, it definitely pays off. We're glad they got through this comical montage before the yoga class needed to use the dojo.
It's 5 o'clock. Twilight is upon us.
All right.
What's going on?
I had to sublet the dojo for a few hours.
Number 9. Daniel puts Robbie to work. Robbie's job at the LaRusso Auto Group became a lot more fun to watch when he started training. After he agrees to learn miyagi-do, every single one of his tasks becomes a new lesson. It's extremely entertaining to see the specific ways Daniel makes Robbie do everything from waxing cars to stapling papers. The lack of dialogue in the scene also highlights the contrast between the sensei's confident and smug expressions and his students' confusion. To top it all off, this scene is full of great callbacks to the original Karate Kid.
Wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off.
Hey, where'd these cars come from?
Wax on. Detroit!
While Robbie gains serious miyagi-do skills from this literal on-the-job training, the viewers get a few big laughs.
I think you're enjoying this a little too much.
God, I love this part.
Number 8. Miguel's first lesson.
So am I gonna get the karate pajamas too?
Quiet! The student only speaks when spoken to. Is that understood?
Yes.
Before Miguel became the karate champion we know and love, he still had a lot to learn from Johnny Lawrence. During the show's second episode, the sensei wastes no time showing how tough and humorous his training can be. Johnny shows absolutely no mercy to his new student. Whenever Miguel raises an objection, his sensei gives a hilarious rebuttal.
What is the problem, Mr. Diaz?
No problem, Sensei. You punched me. I have asthma, so...
Not anymore.
Both the comedic timing and physical humor are absolutely perfect in this scene. This training sequence also wonderfully establishes the great dynamic the duo will share throughout the series. While Miguel doesn't look like a top fighter here, there's still plenty to love about his laughable first lesson.
All right, just do some crunches. Don't you have gym class or something?
Yeah.
Number 7. A hilariously dangerous flying lesson. While Johnny is working with a group of Miyagi-Do students, he tasks them with leaping across the gap between 2 buildings. They immediately step forward and reject the lesson.
That building is like 5 nates away and we're at least 14 nates high. Please don't use me as a system of measurement.
Quiet!
What makes Johnny's risky lesson so funny is how casual he is about the danger. Despite being fairly high off the ground, the sensei only laid down a few mattresses to brace their possible falls.
What if we fall?
That's what the mattresses are for.
And if we miss the mattresses?
Try not to.
Although Johnny is used to students going with his absurd training, seeing the Miyagi-Dos point out the logical flaws was a fantastic way to shake things up. The sharp writing ensured that every piece of dialogue was a laugh-out-loud line. Between its awesome character moments and surprising conclusion, this flying lesson soars as one of the show's top training scenes.
You do everything your mommy and daddy tell you to do? They told you to jump off a bridge, would you?
You're telling me to jump off a building.
Yeah, onto another building.
Number 6. Dimitri's rough day with Daniel. Dimitri was extremely vocal about his issues with Miyagi-Do's training on the first day. He constantly points out that there are easier ways to accomplish his tasks.
You're teaching me muscle memory. Do it a bunch of times, develop unconscious karate techniques. How about we just cut to the chase and you show me the moves?
And since Dimitri's not exactly a karate natural, he struggles to get even the most basic moves down. It's hilarious to see how disappointed Daniel gets at his new student. His serious sensei persona is brilliantly undercut by Dimitri's sarcastic comments.
Left circle, right circle. There you go. What?
Splinter.
Unfortunately for Daniel, and fortunately for us, his disciple is not a fast learner. Watching Dimitri complain and frown through his first Miyagi-Do lesson got his martial arts journey off to a hysterical start.
How much longer are we doing this? My arms are getting tired. I've had to pee since before we started.
Number 5. Dimitri becomes a punching bag. In this short but sweet scene, Johnny starts to get jealous that his star pupil is spending a lot of time with a former rival. When the sensei gets really distracted, he gets kicked in the face by Dimitri. The apologetic student immediately faces side-splitting consequences for the accidental hit.
All right, remember, one of the best ways to get a point is to aim for the torso. All right, front kick, side kick. Ready?
Dimitri is quickly wrapped up in cushions and becomes a living punching bag for his fellow students to practice on. While this situation would be amusing on its own, it becomes even funnier when you look at Johnny's past. He famously lost his All-Valley Karate title when Daniel kicked him in the face.
I kicked his face. I'm just busting your chops.
It was an illegal kick.
Oh, illegal? Really?
Knowing that detail makes his overreaction to Dimitri's training mistake into both a great sight gag and comedic callback.
I missed. My bad, meat.
Very good. Suck it up. Tighten that cord. Good day. You guys showed toughness. You sure you're okay?
Number 4. Devon joins Eagle Fang. It only took a single Eagle Fang lesson for Devon to become one of Johnny's favorite students. She gives 1,000% to every ridiculous task that her sensei comes up with. While Johnny usually takes a while to warm up to people, he hilariously gets along with Devon instantly.
So we have to be ready for any dirty trick they throw at us.
Like when Chong Li threw dirt into Van Damme's eyes in Bloodsport.
Exactly. Looks like someone did their prep work.
The sensei is so impressed with her that he puts her in charge of a very painful lesson. While Devon mostly steals this scene, this training session also features great physical bits and lines. Seeing comic relief students like Mitch suffer never gets old.
I can't see. Use your other senses. All right, not bad.
By the time this Eagle Fang training session ended, we were looking forward to seeing Devon in more lighthearted montages.
I got him good on that one.
My McNuggets. I feel like you're gonna vomit, just swallow it. They're wearing cups, right?
Number 3. Johnny turns into Daniel's sensei.
You realize the coal is supposed to be shoveled into the forge, right?
Don't question me, Newark. Keep shoveling.
As amusing as it was to see Johnny doing traditional Miyagi-Do lessons, seeing Daniel train at Eagle Fang was absolutely priceless. LaRusso is placed in a bunch of unpleasant scenarios over the span of a few minutes. Although Daniel brings up valid concerns, he still pushes ahead while Johnny yells line after line of comedic gold.
Is this a blocking exercise?
No! When you think you should be defending, you should be offending.
The most surprising part of this entertaining sequence is that the two bitter rivals actually work really well together. Despite being extremely skeptical at first, Daniel starts enjoying the aggressive training. We'll never get tired of watching the old rivals in a humorous montage that looks like it was ripped right out of the 80s.
That's what I'm talking about. Sword like an eagle, baby. Yeah, keep going. Yeah!
Number 2. Johnny trains himself. During a night of drinking, Daniel and Johnny agree to have a high-stakes fight.
Tomorrow, sundown on the sparring deck. You better not back out.
The Eagle Fang sensei decides to prepare for this big bout with a ludicrous day of training. His extremely over-the-top routine includes chopping cinder blocks and kicking mailboxes. And anyone who gets in his way immediately faces his wrath. Not only does this scene have incredible visuals, it also uses the 1985 song Burning Heart.
In the burning heart, just about to burst.
This retro track notably appeared before a climactic clash between Rocky and Ivan Drago in Rocky IV. The choice to use Burning Heart over an already gut-busting scene actually made us root for Johnny to win the match against his rival.
Watch this. I make like I'm gonna walk into it again. At the last second, I slip under, shoulder check him to the balls, take him to the mat, elbow, elbow, elbow. Point. Lawrence, winner.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Miyagi-Do's and Eagle Fang's struggle to find balance.
We're gonna teach an aggression stronger than anything Cobra Kai can throw at us. They strike first. We'll pre-strike.
Okay, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We are going to respond to what they do.
The team-up between two karate dojos got off to a hilariously bad start. Miyagi-Do's defensive tactics did not mesh well with Eagle Fang's aggressive approach. As Daniel and Johnny tried to get their respective students to work together, they couldn't resist criticizing each other.
Hey, you're just swinging at each other. Don't you teach any defense?
Best defense is more offense.
Why do you have a rock in the middle of your dojo?
Watching each sensei attempt to stick to their style without compromise was consistently entertaining. They oversaw a scene full of hilarious physical comedy, witty dialogue, and another great 80s song. And every single actor in this scene nails the jokes with energy and enthusiasm. This chaotic dual dojo training sequence was easily the funniest one the show's offered us so far.
You see, this is why we don't spar in here.
All right, who's next?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.